Welcome to Quick Bytes, the lunchtime live stream with your tech integration specialist, Scott Conway. Welcome to this session of Quick Bytes with a lunchtime live stream. We are going to be discussing and demonstrating adding pages and navigation in a Google site today. And if you're joining us live, thank you. There is a chat bar out to the right-hand side. If you have any questions that come up during this session, please feel free to post them there, and I'll try to answer them by the end of our session. So in a previous session, we did recently we showed how to create a Google site, how to quickly create like a one-page website, and then also how to insert elements onto that site and publish it, and publishing it to the web, publishing it internally to a small group of users, publishing it internal to an organization. We kind of talked about those options, and we're going to work off of that website that we actually created to show how to add additional pages, how to kind of curate that hierarchical tree navigation, and then how does the navigation actually show and display in the Google site. We can do a left-hand vertical menu. We can also do a top-level horizontal navigation menu, and so we'll show you kind of how to curate those things. So let's jump out of this for right now. We're going to go back to our demo site that we had created previously, and this is my class page. And as soon as it loads, we'll go ahead and insert a new page. All right, so if you joined us on the previous session, this is kind of the one-page website that we had established. And it was very simple in design. We showed you how to do all the different kind of insert elements, the different layouts that you have available to you to kind of help you construct your page and make it look visually appealing. Most often web design or website design is not necessarily just throwing content into a web page, but it's more about the aesthetics and how does it look and how does it feel to the user, and is it easy for them to navigate, is it easy for them to find what they're looking for. The name of the game is fewer clicks the better. So when it comes to website design, you want to put things in maybe 1 to 2 clicks away. And I know that's kind of tough to conceptualize, but website design is more of an art form than it is a technical functionality. Google Sites takes the tech out of it and makes it very easy. We mentioned that this is a WYSIWYG developer, meaning what you see is what you get. So drag and drop interface, what you see is what the end user is going to see. So they take the tech end of it out. Now it really does come down to design, and you need to be very careful about your web design. So as you design a one-page website, well, then that's easy. Everything's all on one page, and there's probably the fewest clicks that anyone would ever have to take. But we all know that websites start to develop over time, and you want to add more pages. Just be very, very careful how many pages you add. Make sure they're a very well thought out hierarchy and navigation structure. You don't want to go over the top and make your site too difficult for people to find anything. That's an ineffective site, and it turns people off and it turns them away. So inserting a new page is very simple. Come over to the Pages tab. You can see I just have that one, and right now that's the page that is selected. So I'm going to deselect that actually and click New Page. I'm going to give it a very unique name here called Second Page, and I'm going to click Done. Now you can see that places it in this hierarchy, kind of top level with Home. So Home and Second Page are what we call top level pages. The home page is what we call the landing page. So the difference with that page is it's a little extra special in that when someone types your web address and hits enter in the URL bar, that's the first page they're going to go to. Now I say a top level page because, as you can see in the navigation, it's already being built out automatically for you here in a Google site. These are 2 top level pages. They might have pages embedded within or nested within or under those, but these are top level pages. The one unique characteristic about the home page is, in addition, that's the landing page, meaning that's where they go first. If you want to change your landing page to this new second page, I discussed this in the last one. You'd have to come down here to the or come to the three dots on the right hand side there and click Make Home Page. That would convert that one to your landing page. There's still two top level pages, meaning they're at the top of this hierarchy, but one is the landing page versus the other. Now, if I want to create a page underneath, hierarchically underneath the second page, I can click on that page, select it, and click New Page, and type third page, and I go ahead and put that in there. It didn't work. Well, I'll show you how to get around that. I thought it would, and at one point in time I thought it did. I now have 3 top level pages, but I really don't want this third page to be a top level. I want it kind of to be underneath second page. So I'm going to use my drag and drop, left click, hold this third page, bring it up, hover over it, the second page, and let go. Now you can see it kind of is a sub page of second page. And look what happens to our navigation. So our navigation automatically removed third page from it, and it made it a sub page of second page and made this little drop down. Now if I go ahead and add another page, let me see now, let's see if this will do it with that one selected. No, it didn't place it. So it puts it out there as a top level. And there you can see there's our fourth page. Come back to the second, you can see that there's our third page. And I can navigate around while I'm in this editor. Notice that I can use the actual website navigation to move around to these other pages. So that is an option that you have for ease of use. So if you're not on the Pages tab and you can't quickly and easily click on these, let's say you're over here under Insert and you want to navigate to your fourth page, use your own navigation. Again, this is that WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. So what you see is what your end user will see, and you can operate directly from this navigation. Now, if you don't like navigation along the top, we can change that, and we can come into the gear icon in the upper right hand corner, click on navigation, and you can switch that from top to side, and you can see what happens. It kind of goes away. It's still there. I click the X, and it's just now the 3 slashes. This sidebar will be your vertical navigation on the left hand side. Something that I don't think I showed in the actually let me publish this. Click publish. Something that I didn't show in the last session was how to preview what your site looks like if you haven't already published it, or you're nervous about publishing the changes. You're going to want to see what it looks like first before you publish to the web. Well, then you can come up to the little preview icon here, and this is a unique feature of Google. It will show you multiple formats in that preview. So right now I'm in what looks like the desktop or laptop mode. On a full-fledged desktop, this is what it's going to look like. I can see my full navigation on the left-hand side. But what if I want to switch to see what it's going to look like to those that are using it from a tablet? Click on the tablet icon, and it automatically adjusts for me and shows me, well, this is what it would look like on probably a 10-inch tablet, if we had to kind of guess a normal standard tablet, iPad or Android tablet, 10-inch, something like that. This is what it's going to look like. Notice that my left-hand navigation is now kind of hidden, but I can access it by clicking on the left-hand 3 slashes, and there is my vertical navigation. So I can kind of just keep jumping around, and that's what it's going to look like. So I'm previewing my site before I publish changes. Now, for those of you that want to see it in one more format, to those that are going to be on a mobile device like a phone, here's what it's going to look like. Google will show you all 3 of these previews, so you can really take a look and see how is this site going to present to all of my users who might come to the site on a variety of different platforms. Now, here's what it looks like in the mobile view, and again, my navigation flies out from the left, and I can jump to those pages. So this gives me a good indication of what it's going to look like from all three different platforms and how it's going to set up and what the end user's experience is going to be like. Remember, that's one of the biggest things to remember when you're designing a site is what is the user going to experience and is it going to be easy for them? So layout and design is prominent. It's critical in a website. So we can close that preview, come back here, and once you're all set with your changes, then you can go ahead and let's say, well, I didn't really like the look of the vertical navigation to the left, so I'm going to switch back to the top. And notice that you can do a few things here with the background color. I can do white, I can do black, or I could do transparent, and the image behind it would show through. So let's say I didn't really care for the left-hand vertical navigation. I want to switch back to the top level. So then I come back, and then I go ahead and, okay, now I'm going to publish. And this here will give me a little bit of a preview of it as well. But if you have that function turned off, you can view this again, preview your changes ahead of time, and this preview will give you all three platforms. Now you can see even in the mobile view with the top navigation, it pushes it out to the side. So whether I have top or side navigation, when it goes into a mobile view, it is going to get pushed to the side. But in tablet mode, you'll see that the top navigation comes back, and certainly it's there for you in the desktop mode. Plenty of real estate for it there. So that is how you insert additional pages. You can nest your pages or make sub pages. Navigation is automatically curated for you. You can also choose, let's say we don't want this page to be shown in navigation. I do have the option to hide it from navigation, and you can see that it goes away. The page is still there, and someone could technically access it via a link or if they know the page name, but you can hide it from navigation and you can show it back up in navigation. So that is just a quick demonstration of how we add additional pages to a website. Again, user interface, ease of access, that is what's critical when it comes to designing a website. The fewer the clicks, the easier your site navigation will be. You don't want to make someone have to search and dig deep for for what they're looking for on your site. So keep it simple, keep it just a couple pages, don't go too deep. Use your navigation, format it appropriately. Always take a look and preview your site before you publish it to what it's going to look like to the end user. Make your adjustments and then preview and publish once you're set to go. So thank you for joining me. I don't see any questions today, and that's all I wanted to show you, and I hope you join us again.